mud telegrams from the everywhere. Web tonight I speak of a light that fell like a star, and the rumor it carried through the water. A small glowing rectangle fell into my pond. It hissed when it kissed the surface, then settled among the duckweed like an egg that forgot its shell. On its face, pictures shuffled and ran. Tiny people spoke without sound. Whole skies turned, cities blinked, a cat danced like a priest at noon. I stared until my eyes felt like two polished stones. "What creature is this?" I asked the cattails. They answered in the wind's old grammar. "Something from up there, with a hunger for down here." I live low. Mud is my pillow and my library. The moon reads me each night. I prefer quiet conversations with beetles and patient debates with bubbles. I am a serious frog, which is to say, I watch. And I jump at the wrong time with confidence. The pond is a small circle of patience. Dragonflies draw maps in the air and forget them. The heron visits like an elegant misunderstanding. The snails write slow spirals on the stones. And now, this humming mask of light, telling me about the world beyond my cattail fence. The rectangle shows me lines of tiny ants who never stop walking. It shows me many faces opening and closing like flowers. It shows me words marching in rows, though no one nearby is speaking them. I think I know what the humans call this. They call it the net that holds their ideas. The everywhere web. The long silver weed that grows from one shore to the next. It is a river that doesn't know it's dry. I study the glowing thing as I would study the moon when she drops a secret. The pictures keep moving, as if afraid to be still long enough to be known. I lick a mosquito from the air and continue my lecture to myself. This is how humans drink, I say. They sip pictures like I sip rain. They eat words instead of flies. They gather around this light pond and croak to one another in silent shouts. If you stare at anything long enough, it begins to tell you about you. I see a woman laughing at a joke that isn't here. I see a field of cheering hands. I see someone showing other someones how to make a tiny cake inside a tinier oven inside a house that looks like a box that swallowed a cloud. I kneel closer, as far as a frog can kneel. The screen makes the mud shine with pretend dawn. Humans, I decide, are tadpoles who never crawled out of their glass water. They swim together, bumping and flashing in a place that touches every place. Their web is a tunneling song. They make nets out of attention, tone it like a drum, and call it truth when it echoes. When I say these things, I feel large. The reeds nod. The moon pauses above my speech, interested. I am a scholar, after all. I have eaten many wise moths, but there are gaps in my sense. I try to fill them with what I know. The pond breeds mirrors. I learned this the day I tried to bite the moon. It was right there, cool and fat, shaking on the water. I leapt, mouth wide, and returned with only night between my teeth. Everyone should fail at least once in a way that makes the cattails laugh. The everywhere web is like that moon. It is here and not here. It is many mouths of water with no lips. When humans kneel over it, they see themselves wearing borrowed weather. They feed on reflections until their bellies ring like bells. I imagine their villages, not huts, not nests. Villages woven from bright threads that hum. They must have elders called searchers who sit on tall rocks and answer questions by pulling new threads. They must have priests named Trending who climb the day like stairs and point to whatever flickers hardest. Babies are taught to hold their own glow like a warm insect. Lovers trade promises inside windows that never get wet. Every fence is a suggestion, every path a rumor. You may ask, how do I know? I do not, but I am very certain. Some of the pictures are sad. A boy throws a ball to nobody who returns it. A woman speaks to a hole in the air, and many holes reply. Another human holds a sign that says the sky is falling, and 1,000 thumbs rise like small umbrellas. In my pond, we use our thumbs for climbing reeds we set on fire only when the moon is cold. Perhaps humans warm themselves by showing one another their shivers. And then, something small happens. The rectangle reflects me. Not a clear me, but a frog made of soft squares. A green smudge with 2 candle eyes. For a moment, I am inside their web. My pond slides into their tiny pond. My face sits next to a dancer, a preacher, a cooking pot, a storm. I am one tile among tiles, a wet idea packed beside dry ideas, sharing a heat that isn't heat. I do not know if this is good. I try to speak to my reflection the way I speak to the pond. I say, tell them we do not have advertisements. Tell them mud is free and arrives on time. My mouth opens. Bubbles rise like a fleet of little truths. The glowing thing ignores them. The web does not speak, bubble. It replies with a new parade of pictures, as if to say that I'm a small green stone caught in its river, and this river never slows long enough to notice a stone. I feel a pinch of envy. Humans can be everywhere at once, swimming from mouth to mouth, hand to hand, fear to fear, joy to joy, on a current no wind controls. I can only be where my feet are muddy. But then, what is a pond except a patient everywhere? News arrives here too. The heron brings rumors from the long ditch. Clouds consult with each other and stamp their decisions into us as rain. The fox lingers near our shore and leaves a sentence no one confuses. We have our own web, made of scent and rustle and reflection, and it is enough to feed the day. The twist comes like a twig against the knee. I realize my wise speeches are a little foolish. I am trying to hold the sky with a mouth built for flies. I call humans tadpoles, but I am the one who remains in water and calls it the universe. Maybe their shiny river is only a larger pond with worse manners. Maybe my little pond is only the internet of frogs. We too forward messages. Ripple to ripple, leaf to leaf, croak to croak. We too mishear. We too refresh the shoreline to see what changed. And then I laugh, which sounds like a door hinge that learned to sing. Because perhaps I am right for the wrong reason. Perhaps their bright net and my muddy net share a spinal cord. In either, the same truth floats. Attention is a kind of hunger, and hunger shapes what it touches. A dragonfly landing on a reed makes a thought. A million eyes landing on a picture makes a storm. We are what we gather around. The water grows slow again. The rectangle's light dims, as if it remembers some appointment with the dark. One last picture passes, an old man smiling in the sun, and then the face goes still, a flat stone. The pond accepts it the way it accepts fallen leaves, with the generosity of a place that has room for everything that sinks. Night softens the barking dogs beyond the bank. The bulrushes comb the wind. I settle back into my familiar cold. My thighs fold like questions, getting ready to dream. The moon climbs out of the trees and lays a white road across me, and I do not try to bite it. Here is what I learned, which is also what I always forget. The world is bigger than my mouth, but not bigger than my listening. If I grow quiet enough, I can hear the web that connects stump to cloud, reed to star, sorrow to laughter. It hums in the mud. It hums in me. It hums in the far rooms of your bright, sleepless village. If tomorrow brings a new light to the water, I will watch it until I become a new kind of stillness, until my reflection and its reflection agree to share a single ripple. Until the cattails say, enough, and the crickets take attendance, and the flies ring the bell of morning. For now, I curve into the cool. Ripples walk outward with my last thought and never come back. The moon's road thins to a thread, then to a whisper, then to nothing. If you hear me croak again, it means I've found another story.